he can obviously hear this, but he might not be able to see it because it's darker in color. Something as simple as a piece of plastic that's white can make all the difference in the world because he's able to see it better. That's why alligators eat marshmallows, because they float and because they're white. Alligators couldn't see them if they were black. A lot of people don't understand why gators eat marshmallows, and that's primarily why, just because they're able to see them. And this might not work, but it would help. So just by putting that piece of plastic on there made a lot of difference. Just because he's able to see it now. Without having that on there, he's not able to see that dark black plastic. Come here, big guy. Now this alligator right here is missing a lot of his teeth on the right side. And if he comes over here and I get him to open his mouth, when you look inside of his mouth, the first thing you'll notice is that he doesn't have an opening in his throat. All alligators have a piece of skin that's attached to their tongue that prevents them from drowning, and they have that flap there to protect that, and also to keep them from swallowing their babies. But the alligator is able to open that when he wants to. Check out that flap there, guys. When you're standing right in front of an alligator, you don't want to move a lot, because if you don't move, he can't see you. Can y'all see that flap? Yeah. Now you notice he's missing his teeth right here. Now, when you measure an alligator, you want to measure an alligator from the very tip of his nose to what they call the fork of his eyeball, which is right here. There's a little notch. So that would be roughly about 9.5 to 10 inches. So this is a 9.5 to 10 foot alligator. But if you look very carefully on this side of his back, you'll see where his scutes are. You'll see a lot of reddish, pinkish coloration in there. And that's where that big alligator grabbed him on the side and just crushed him, broke his ribs. If you look real carefully, you'll see that on the left side by his hind leg, you'll see where his back dips down. He got crushed bad. You'll see the right side over here is actually higher than that side. But alligators don't have nerve endings like we do, so when he gets in big trouble like that, he's not going to feel the pain. So it doesn't bother him one bit. But on the other hand, an alligator can also lose their legs and their tail and still survive. Alligators are going to live 50 years under any circumstances unless something physically kills them. They're one of the only animals in the world that cannot get any infections or diseases. Whenever they get a big puncture wound, like he had these big holes right here in his nose, he has this clear stuff coming out of his nose, and it's almost like neosporin, and that prevents him from getting an infection. Come on, buddy. Come on for the camera. Now in the summertime, he's a lot more aggressive. Right now the water temperature is kind of cold, so he's a little more sluggish. He's trying to turn that head. Look at him. Now this big gator is a lot easier to work with. A small one, like a 5 or 6 footer, you wouldn't be able to do that. Number one, because his head's narrower. So when I stick my hand down there, he'll roll that head over and he'll grab your hand like that. 2, those are teeth marks. So an alligator, if there's another alligator coming down the canal, now see, he'll turn right around and come back. But if there's another alligator coming through here, he's going to try to go by up under the trees, and he'll go underneath the water and he'll go after him. And what a gator does is they always bite him in their midsection. They don't bite head on, they bite in the midsection. Because when they bite him in the midsection, they got full control of him. The other gator can't bite him or hit him with their tail. They'll grab a hold of him and pull him down and try to drown him. Because the other gator is going to have his mouth open. He's going to be trying to bite him. That piece of skin will pop open. He'll take on water just like that and drown him. But he got bit in his face, and I think the reason